Hello and welcome to another episode. This episode is about all the hidden shortcuts that I found or know about on the Kia EV3 GT Line S, and I think, to be honest, they're all on the Air trim, so all the EV3s as far as I know. Now, a lot of these I've covered before in an EV6 video a few months back, one of the last videos I did for the EV6 when I had it, but there's a lot of new ones as well, so I'll go through all the ones I know about. The most well-known one, which I'll cover, is to press and hold the mute button on the steering wheel, mute audio. And if you press and hold that, you'll see that it does that. Speed limit warning is off. And the next one is less well-known. So if you press the menu button on the steering wheel until the car comes up, then if you press and hold the left-hand roller button, that takes you straight into the driver assistance settings, so you can go and turn off all the annoying shit that you don't want. Well, useful for some people, but it does annoy quite a lot. So that's a quick access method into that, save setting up a start button for shortcuts. Right, you can press and hold the parking button to turn off and on the parking collision avoidance assist on the rear parking sensors. So you press and hold that button. There you go. Press it again. Back on. Now on the top of the range GT Line S in the UK, you've got remote smart parking assist. Now you can start it going by pressing the camera button, just like you can on the EV6. See, and you can get out the car and then move the car around on the key, back and forth, but you can't park it like you can on the EV6. Press it again to turn it off. If you press and hold the auto hold button for a few seconds, you'll get disc brake cleaning mode. So I'm pressing that now. Brake disc cleaning mode on. Press it again. Brake disc cleaning mode off. But it does go off after a while. You've done a bit of driving. That's to keep your discs clean, or rotors as the Americans call them. On the infotainment screen, press and hold home. That brings down the pull down menu from the top, same as pulling it down. But if for some reason you can't pull down, that's another way of getting at it. If you press and hold the search button, you get a list of previous destinations. So there we go. I'm going to Everything Electric the weekend, so that's my destination. And if you press and hold the media button, you get the list of media you can pick. Right, on the climate control panel, if you press and hold the demist button, that turns on and off auto defog. If you press and hold the climate fan down button, see if you could be all the way up there, press and hold it, it turns it off. Also on the climate screen, press and hold it, it turns it off. To expand the climate control screen, press that plus there and you get that. If you press and hold the traction control button, which is down to the right of the steering wheel and the right hand drive model, and that'll disable electronic stability control. Completely disabled or limited functionality. So you press it once, press it on again, it's back on. Press it once, traction stability control limited, press and hold it, turns it completely off. You can press and hold the dimmable map reading lights. So press that. Oh, it's not quite doing it, is it? And that's on. Press and hold it. Press and hold it. It gradually gets lower. Right, did you know if you press the EV button and keep on holding it without your foot on the brake, it will eventually start the car? This works in emergencies in case the foot brake's not working, or maybe you've got a disability. So my foot is currently not on the brake. The foot brake's there. So press and hold until it goes ready. There we go, it's gone ready. You can also press and hold the auto steer lane keep assist button to disable lane keep assist. So it's that button there. Press and hold that. Lane keep assist disabled. Long press again, it'll come back on. You can also control auto steer on the same button. Press it, long press again, it goes to the grey, so that, I think that is ready to go. You can also turn off the infotainment screen by holding the volume button on a long press for 5 seconds. So my wife's done this by accident and couldn't get it back on and didn't know what she did. So it's good to know that if you've done this. So press and hold that, and it's gone off. Press and hold it again, get it back on. You can press and hold the star buttons to customize the function, so press and hold that. Mine sets utility mode on there. There's one on the steering wheel as well. Press and hold that. That's set to valet mode. And you've also got a press and hold on the mode button. And that allows you to select what the mode button does, and you can cycle through or what not to show. So I've got phone projection and DAB FM, and that's all I've got on mine, so it just easily toggles between them. You can also set the volume roller to zoom in and out of maps like you could on the old Kia head units, like on the EV6. You do this by pressing setup and buttons and volume knob. There is where you set it to either volume and power or browse media and map zoom in and out. Right, map zoom control. Like that. Classic one from every single Gen 5W head unit onwards is to press and hold setup until it beeps. That gets you straight to your infotainment version numbers. You can also long press on your heated and chilled seats or steering wheel to turn those off quickly. So that turns it off in one. Put the heated seat on there, press and hold that, it all goes off. If you press the chilled seats, it also does the same. Back to the driver's cluster. If you've got the car on the central display, which you do by pressing that button there until it cycles round, so it's back on. If I press the brake lights, the brake pedal, if I press the brake pedal, the brake lights come on. If you're doing regen, the brakes also come on. So you can see if regen braking is causing brake lights to come on. Also, when you're driving on the motorway, it does one of my favourite things, which is well hidden, unless you've used it and you've stumbled across it by accident. If you're on the motorway and you're driving with highway drive assist, then you'll see a more complex map of all the vehicles around you. So I'll just switch across to me driving on the motorway and you'll see what it can do. Right, one of the big secrets when you change to the car displayed in the middle is that when you're on the motorway, you get exactly what you see on the head-up display, even if you've got no head-up display. So if I put on cruise control, it should switch to HDA mode. Currently, we're not on the main motorway, we're on a slip road that's joining the motorway. You can already see the blind spot warnings on there, and you can see there's a lorry in front which we're approaching. And then as we get on the motorway, you get a very detailed map like you used to see on the header display. Like now, see that? You also get it on the head-up display, but if you don't have a head-up display, you get it for free when you're doing HDA on the motorway. So as we go into traffic, you'll see how busy this ghost map of cars gets, because the car knows where every single car is around you based on radar and the sensors and the blind spot sensors and the cameras and God knows what. Once we get into the traffic, so you see that lorry to the left and the blind spot sensor coming on. And now there's more coming up the inside lane. Good view of the lane change assist in operation. If you just slightly press up on your indicators instead of doing the full click, then it indicates for so many seconds or times, and it's configurable in the menus. Notice there's one coming up there. See more of these ghost cars on the centre display than you do on the head-up display, because I think there's more height and sort of depth down the bottom. The head-up display truncates what you can see. Try a lane change assist in a second. After this white van's gone. Now I'll try one. And that's the car doing that, not me. Now this is one of the best hidden features. If you never go on the motorways and never turn on HDA, you never see this detailed map of all the traffic around you. And one more. If you press and hold the distance button whilst you're in smart cruise control or in HDR on a motorway, it switches between based on driving style or linked to drive mode. and that's just in your driver assistance menu. Hope you found that useful. Thank you for watching.